Howard, thank you ever so much indeed for your time this evening in your world in Thailand there. Thank you for joining us and coming online to talk to us a bit about your experience with Martec over the years, but more recently some of the training that we've been doing with you and your business Primus Marine. Before we get going, just out of curiosity, when did you first experience using Martec services?
Well, firstly, thank you for having me along this evening, your morning. It's great to be able to catch up. And and indeed, let's talk about the beginning of my Martec journey, which spans back some 30 years. It would have been about 1995, whilst working for the Ford brand. That we had the old, which was known at the time, the Martec booth, the telephone booth. And some very clever training, discipline training that went around that.
What made you more latterly reach out to Martec then when you moved to Thailand a few years ago and started working within the boat world, the yacht world?
Well, one thing I think you notice is you get trained in any particular field, and whilst the motor trade and the marine trade are vastly different in a lot of ways, they're also similar in some. And that is that you need to treat every lead as if it was your last, and you need to be able to speak to every customer in the best possible way and translate that across your businesses, whether it's cars or boats.
Well, look, we're obviously delighted to be part and parcel of working with you guys in partnership and helping your team, particularly some of your new salespeople within your business. What kind of impact, since the training was held a few weeks back, what kind of impact did it had on those individuals?
Yeah, well, I think the main thing there is that obviously you've got the boss in the background saying what he wants, the results that he needs, but you can't be the boss and the trainer. So it's vitally important to take your staff out of their employment environment and put them in an environment where they can actually be trained by someone that's separate to the organization. For me, it stems with the very way you get out of bed and the way that you spring into step in the morning. The Martec, I hadn't heard this particular one before, but there's a RAS that you train into our guys, and they're training it into me, which is great. So when I'm a bit down in the morning, and I've had a couple of down phone calls before I've even hit the office, they're quick to get me back in my RAS. So thank you for whatever that is, and putting it into my staff and then helping me put it back into myself.
Brilliant stuff. And how we were talking a bit earlier on before we started this conversation, and you were talking about the change and shift in some of the dynamic of maybe some additional sales or extra sales almost coming aboard off the back of the trading in the last few weeks, and your numbers are slightly ahead of where you were originally planned for. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. I mean, and it's important. If you don't invest in your people, then how can you expect them to give you the return that you need? And for sure, what the way that we've structured this and the way it works has been very successful for us both, I think.
So, look, Howard, really do appreciate you sparing some time to share your thoughts and your feedback, and also your journey with Martec over the years, obviously more latterly in the boat and yacht world. We really do appreciate you coming online to talk to us about your experiences, your individual experiences, and the impact it's had so far.